to this. The South African Municipal Workers Union has threatened to make Gauteng ungovernable during the G20 summit later this year if its members do not get salary increases. Now, the union is unhappy that the Tshwane Council voted to increase the salaries of the Metro's councillors by 5%, while the salaries of the city's employees have remained the same. Now joined by SAMWU's Tshwane Secretary, that's Donald Monakisi. Donald, appreciate the time. Thank you so much for joining us for this conversation. You speak of making Gauteng ungovernable during the G20 leaders meeting that happens, particularly in November later this year. Are you able to share what that looks like? Is that in the form of protests, strikes, etc.?
Good morning, Arabile and the viewers. Yes, as SAMWU, we are very much unhappy with the development, especially in the city of Tshwane, with regards to the 5% increase that is due to the city council, while municipal workers have not yet received their 3.5 and 5.4 increase. Yes, we are prepared to go on a protest, being picketing, being marching, being mobilizing the community so that the communities out there will be aware of the situation that we face as the municipal workers, especially in the city of Tshwane.
Yeah, and that's them basically saying we're giving our councillors a 5% increase in Tshwane, but we're not giving the workers in the place the 3.5% and the 5.4% increase. Now, for them to have not given you this increase, they initially cited exemptions, which means financial constraints, and they were contesting this matter in the Labour Court. What are some of the key reasonings behind them saying they can't pay you? Is it just financial constraints? Because then, of course, it goes counter to that 5%.
I think that statement is outdated when one looks at the development of the last 2 weeks. The issue here is a political will. These politicians, they are not willing to pay the salary increases, because if it was about financial distress, they will not even have approved their 5% increase. They're just simply saying that the money is there, but the money is not good for the workers. Now you can imagine the disappointment and the unhappiness from workers in the city of Tshwane.
Yeah, if you say there will be no G20 in Gauteng, I mean, that is also an impact then for the future of the country in some ways in terms of investments, etc. Are you planning to then what, speak to or engage global press at the G20, try and make your message and ultimately heard on a more international stage if that comes to be?
Maybe one should start by making a background to what we say there won't be G20 if our issues are not resolved. Mm. The resolution of the G20, arises from our provincial congress, where the delegates to the congress resolved that while municipal workers have got issues, unresolved issues, we can't have the world celebrating Gauteng or South Africa like everything is normal. All provinces, all regions in Gauteng, being Tshwane, being Ekurhuleni, being Johannesburg, you go to West Rand and Vaal, we've got issues. In the last 2 weeks, we even took these issues to the office of the MEC of Gauteng. And then there we resolved that these issues must be resolved. Actually, there were also timelines to say this. Some of these issues must be resolved within 7 days. In Tshwane, you've got the dismissed of 43 employees. You've got the non-payment of salary increases. You go to Johannesburg, they've got performance, politically facilitated agreement there that must be implemented. So the resolution was not the resolution of Tshwane. it was the resolution of SAMWU Gauteng in general to say we can't have world leaders in Gauteng, whereas municipal workers are facing these difficult times.
So presumably you've also been heading to court with regards to this, filing petitions or using political channels as well to try and get this done. Is it just a SAMWU action, or do you have other people that are, or other civil society groups or unions joining you in this?
What we resolved in the past couple of days was that starting today, we'll be mobilizing communities, we'll be mobilizing civil organizations to come and assist in putting a spotlight to this selfish act by the politicians, especially in Tshwane, whereby they make these selfish decisions that only benefit themselves. So it's going to be a campaign that is going to run not only, even beyond G20. We are going to make sure that this matter is not going to die. This matter is going to be in people's eyes every day until our issues are resolved.
Yeah, we're going to need to find a solution and a resolution to this very quickly, because the cry from SAMWU is clear. They will disrupt the G20 leaders meeting that happens later this year if their requests and their demands really have not been met. It's a 3.5% and 5.1% salary increase that had been agreed upon for the 2023 and 2021 financial years. So very interesting conversation.